You have an idea, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a story, a business plan, a new recipe for cookies, a YouTube video. But it hits you, and it's like a little jolt of electricity. It's exciting. This thing doesn't exist yet, but you can see it, clear as day inside your head. And for a moment, that feeling is the best feeling in the world. You're buzzing, you're alive. You feel like you can do anything. You dive in, you start working, and when you're deep in it, hours can go by in what feels like minutes. The rest of the world just disappears. There's only you and this thing you are bringing to life. This is the magic. This is the ecstasy of being a creator. But then, the other part kicks in. The part where you're staring at a blank screen and your brain is just static. The part where you write a sentence, hate it, delete it, and do that 50 more times. The part where you look at what you've made and a cold, sick feeling washes over you. And a voice in your head says, "This is garbage." Who are you kidding? You have no idea what you're doing. If you know the magic, you definitely know this feeling too, the agony. Today, we're talking about the two-sided coin that every creative person is forced to carry, the amazing high and the crushing low. This isn't just about being an artist in a beret. This is for anyone who has ever felt that burning need to make something, anything, new. This is about the burden of the creator brain, and why the best feeling in the world is often tied to the absolute worst. So what is this creator brain? It's a way of being wired. It's the part of you that isn't satisfied with the world as it is. It's the part that constantly sees potential, how something could be better, different, or more beautiful. It's the part that needs to build, to solve, to express. It is in the entrepreneur, the programmer, the chef, the parent, the writer. It is the fundamental human urge to leave a mark. And that urge gives you access to that incredible feeling of flow, of being on fire. That's the ecstasy. But it comes with a price. A very heavy price. Let's break down the different flavors of agony that come with the territory. First up, there's the classic, the scary blank screen. Whether it's a canvas, a page, or a new project file, there is nothing more terrifying than a perfect empty space. Why? Because it's full of infinite possibility, and that is paralyzing. Every choice you make, every word you type, kills a million other potential choices. The pressure to make the right first move is immense. Your brain screams at you. Don't mess it up. You are going to ruin it before you even start. So you sit there, staring at that blinking cursor, and it feels like it's mocking you. For many people, this stage is a brick wall they just can't get past. But let's say you do. You push through and start making something. That's when you meet our next friend, the inner troll. You know this voice? It's that little goblin that lives in your brain and its only job is to criticize everything you do. It sounds suspiciously like your own voice, but it's 1,000 times meaner. It says things like, "Everyone's already done this and they did it way better." Seriously, that is your big idea. It is so lame. People are going to think you are such a joke. You are not talented enough to pull this off. This inner troll is so effective because it knows all your secret fears. It knows exactly where to stick the knife. It's the voice of every doubt you've ever had, and it can be so loud that it just drains all your energy and motivation, leaving you feeling like a fraud who shouldn't even be trying. Okay, so you ignore the troll, you keep working. Now you run into a special kind of pain that every creator knows well. Let's call it the gap. Here is how the gap works. You have fantastic taste. You know what good work looks like. You love great movies, great books, great design. That's why you got into this in the first place. Your standards are high. The problem is, your skills haven't caught up to your taste yet. So the masterpiece you see in your head looks amazing, but the thing you actually create with your own hands, it's a bit clumsy. It's not quite right. It's a cheap imitation of the brilliant thing in your mind, and you know it, because your taste is still a 10 out of 10. This is maybe the most frustrating part of the whole process. It feels like a personal failure. And this is the point where so many people quit, because they can't stand the fact that their work isn't as good as they want it to be. This leads us to the most dangerous burden of all, the belief that you are your work. For a lot of creators, the line between themselves and their creations basically disappears. Their work isn't just something they do, it's who they are. This means their entire sense of self-worth gets tied to how well their project is going. If they have a good creative day, they feel like a genius. They're on top of the world. Life is good. But if they have a bad day, or a piece of work gets rejected, or someone leaves a negative comment, it is not just the work that has failed. They have failed as a person. This turns creativity from a joyful act into a high-stakes emotional roller coaster. Every project is a test of your fundamental worth. Every bit of feedback is a personal judgment, It's an exhausting way to live, and it makes you terrified of taking risks. Because if you try something new and it doesn't work, the failure feels like a direct hit to your soul. And finally, there is the agony of hitting publish. The moment you share your creation with the world, it's not yours anymore. It's out there to be judged, misunderstood, ignored, or criticized. And in the age of the internet, that feedback is instant and can be brutal. You have to somehow build up armor that is thick enough to handle the trolls and the rejection, but keep your heart sensitive enough to stay creative. How do you even do that? One bad comment can feel louder than 100 good ones, and the pressure to make your next thing even better can be totally crushing. So after all that, why on earth would anyone do this to themselves? Why bother? The answer is simple, and it is the core of the creator's burden. It is not a choice. It's a need. It's a deep, fundamental drive. For the creator, making things is how you process the world. It's how you make sense of your own life. It's how you connect with other people. To not create is to not fully live. The agony is just the price you have to pay to get to the ecstasy. The pain is the ticket to the magic show. The real challenge isn't to get rid of the agony. You can't. The challenge is learning how to carry it without getting crushed. It's building the strength to walk through the fire without letting it burn you out. So how do we do that? Here's a quick survival guide. First, you are not your work. You have to repeat this to yourself like a mantra. Say it out loud. This story I'm writing is not me. This business I'm building is not me. Your value as a person has nothing to do with how many likes your post gets or whether your project is a hit. You are worthy before you started, and you'll be worthy after you finish. No matter what happens, you have to build a little space between who you are and what you make. Second, learn to talk back to the inner troll. Fighting it doesn't work. It just gets louder. So try acknowledging it. When it starts yelling, just say, "Hey, thanks for the input. I know you are just trying to keep me from getting hurt or embarrassed. I appreciate you looking out for me, but I am going to keep going now." Treat it like an over-anxious friend instead of a monster. You hear it, but you don't have to obey it. Third, learn to love the process, not just the prize. The applause at the end is great, but it's short-lived. The real lasting satisfaction comes from the work itself. Find the joy in the simple act of figuring out a problem, of finding the right word, of mixing the perfect color. When you can get your happiness from the act of doing the thing instead of from the final result, you free yourself from the outcome. The journey really does have to be the destination. And finally, find your people. The creative life feels lonely, but it doesn't have to be. Connect with other people who are also trying to make things. Share your struggles, your bad first drafts, your stupid fears. When you do, you'll find out that every single person you admire also feels like a fraud, also hates their own work sometimes, and also wants to quit at least once a week. Knowing you're not alone in the struggle makes the burden feel a whole lot lighter. Being a creator will always be this wild mix of agony and ecstasy. That's the deal. It's a call to look at the messy, chaotic world and try to make something beautiful or useful out of it. The burden is heavy, but it is also a privilege. It's the privilege of getting to bring something new into the world that wasn't there before. And that is a powerful, painful, and absolutely glorious thing to be able to do.